Hey guys! This is Cartoon Recapped. Today we'll show you a 2024 family comedy cartoon called Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. Be aware of heavy spoilers. Sit back and enjoy the show. On a peaceful sunny day, Bikini Bottom, along with all its residents, is scooped out of the ocean by BOTS, Bureau of Official Texas Science, Laboratory. The science lab Sandy Cheeks works for located in Galveston, Texas. Confused by what their motives could be, Sandy and SpongeBob SquarePants ride up to the surface to head to the lab so they can bring Bikini Bottom back to the ocean floor. Although they hitched a ride on an airplane, Sandy throws SpongeBob on her back, and they skillfully glided towards BOTS lab, but they are blown severely off course by a tornado. Back at the lab, the people of Bikini Bottom are terrified, to which Mr. Krabs heads outside to see what's going on. They are startled by the sight of a human woman, which turns out to be Phoebe, one of Sandy's closest colleagues at the lab alongside Kyle. The two discover that Sandy and SpongeBob were not captured, which angers Tsunami, the new head of BOTS Laboratory, who demands that the two find them at once. SpongeBob and Sandy get into a fight with a gang of rattlesnakes. Sandy fights them but is bitten by one of them, causing her to call for her family, revealed to be a traveling circus act, who defeat the rattlesnakes and agree to bring Sandy and SpongeBob to the lab. Back at BOTS, Sue explains her plan, which is to genetically modify the people of Bikini Bottom into air breathers, and then clone them in order to sell them as toy pets. To experiment, Kyle and Phoebe grab Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and Patrick to test the operative as well as how well children will like playing with them, which to the three is a torture-ridden nightmare where they are stretched, flung, and hit with spaghetti and chess pieces. Sue is pleased with the test results. While Sandy's brother, Randy, is showing SpongeBob how to do the Cheeks family whistle, the family soon gets into a car chase with the police because Randy used the family van to illegally smuggle nuts. They are able to temporarily shake them off using the tornado from earlier, however, it proves futile. As a last resort, SpongeBob and Sandy are launched out of a cannon to the lab. Upon making it to the lab's water park, the two get into another chase with Kuda, Tsunami's pet pug, who follows them into the sewers, but it works out and leads them into the lab. Sandy learns about Sue's plans and tries to attack, but Sue puts her in a cage with a hamster wheel while SpongeBob is placed on a roller coaster ride that will lead him into the cloning chamber. Sue explains her motives being that when she was a child, she always wanted to be able to cuddle with fish, but never could due to fish dying when they're out of water. She then grabs the sides of her lab coat, her realistic rubber neck and gold necklace fly off from under her face, her lab coat flies off with her realistic rubber hands, so does her pants, to reveal herself to be a cyborg, and that she was using Sandy's life in Bikini Bottom to spy on everyone, which makes everyone feel betrayed. SpongeBob arrives in the cloning popper and is popped and turned into thousands of tiny versions of himself. One of the tiny SpongeBobs tells Sandy not to feel bad and not to give up on saving Bikini Bottom. Sandy breaks out and has a final confrontation with Sue that ends with her rubber masked or human head being decapitated and her head being fed to her own pet fish, which makes her happy for she always wanted to be a fish. Mr. Krabs then discovers that mushing the tiny SpongeBobs together will return SpongeBob to his normal size, to which he, Squidward, and Patrick all work together to bring back SpongeBob. However, while in the middle of things, the stand holding the giant glass orb holding Bikini Bottom collapses and the orb cracks, leading to water beginning to leak out. Sandy tries to call her family for help, but finds out she lost a tooth while fighting Sue. Having learned the whistle himself, SpongeBob loudly whistles and the Cheeks family arrives in time and help rig a mechanism to launch Bikini Bottom back into the ocean. With Bikini Bottom returned to its rightful position and glory, everyone celebrates by having the Cheeks family circus perform at the Krusty Krab. Thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.